So Efeosa, when we talk about, you talk about art, I love this idea that Suits has in terms of understanding the artist, but not the artist in a box, but the artist in terms of how the artists relate to the whole social cycle, everything in the social matrix. Can you just expand upon that?
Well,
Because it's really important.
my view on art in the beginning was I was like so, I guess, focused on like art, like painting, like, oh, I like artists, you know, and I associated the word artist with just either graphic design or mixed media. I mean, I never really thought about it at a bigger scale until like I started seeing like artists like Tisha Cherry, which she does food art, where she designs a plate, or she might, you know, she might scrape the cream off of Oreo and put dye in the Oreo and, you know, make a picture and serve the food and different things like that. It's just more or less opening the route of what an artist is. Because I've seen art, yeah, painting in a gallery, and I started to get the feeling like, oh, the gallery might be the place where we are accepted. And then I get there, I had an intern in the art gallery, and it was more or less like they had their own goal for what art is, and they had like this prestige. You know, we don't really want that street art in here, or we don't want this, we don't want that, and it was kind of like boxing it like into this thing, like all these artists that are doing so many wonderful different things, whether you're culinary art, whether you're dance, whether multiple lines of art, it's just beginning, you know, kind of pushed away. Like, no, 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 that doesn't meet the standard of our modern art or this type of art. So it kind of like made me back up and say maybe my approach was a little too close-minded. And with me opening that, us, you know, curating and creating different events, it just started clicking. Like the events would come to me and I'd be like, this is what we're going to do. And I used it because it's like in marketing, I got a degree in marketing. What I wanted to do more or less was, instead of just doing, oh, we're going to do 5 cats that rap on a bill and that's the show, you know. And when I go to events, I know what I look for. I want to have fun. I don't want it to be like too pretentious, or I don't want to come somewhere and it's just like, oh, that's it, we're just going to stand and watch like it's a talent show or something. And I want it to kind of be multiple parts of art where you come in and we took the time out on the food. So the culinary art part of it is somewhere. Let's say we have a video screening, like where a private video screening, we have a director that's local that, you know, wants to drop his video at our event. We do that. You know, I want you to see visual arts. I want you to see the painters. I want you to hear the music. I want you to hear the poetry. Different, just different, you know? I want you to see somebody do expressive dance, you know?
And it's also interactive.
Right.
And again, I say it again because I think all of us are learning, and that is, we can't put the artist in a box.
Right. You know.
Because if we're going to restructure the world, if we're going to recreate the world, then the artist has to have the liberty and the freedom to touch whatever needs to be touched, to address whatever it needs to be addressed. Whether you talk about food, whether it's how this place is landscaped.
Architect, yeah. Like,
right. I look at we look at these buildings, and are these the best type of buildings in terms of how to receive energy? That's the artist. The other day I was at a train station. I was like, wow, why couldn't we have a pull-up bar at the train station for us to get a second and exercise? That's the artist.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? But it's only as we create it. And I'm just saying this because I think artists out there that may be confused, you know, thinking that, like you said, oh, well, I want to do charcoal or I want to do acrylic. We're not saying that's wrong, but we're saying there are so many disciplines that you can learn. Not just one, but you probably have already in you, but you need to look into how you're going to develop it.
Dig deeper.
Yeah. And also be a part of, how do artists become a part of Suits?
Well, more or less, it's I'm constantly doing homework, um, even with the website. Um,
Oh, tell them where the website is.
the website's Suits Lifestyle, SUITS Lifestyle, LIFESTYLE.com. We post just artists in general. We post different type of art, music, everything. But for the most part, getting in touch with us, it's just an email, just an inquiry. Like I would rather you just inquire with us. You know, if you came to an event and you're an artist, or even if it's multiple stages of an artist. So if you're new to this and you're working on something and you want to put it out, or you have you want to see what platform you can put it out on, you could reach out to us, and it might not even go on Sue's Lifestyle. I might know a micro blogger or someone bigger than us that needs to have this, you know. So it's more like just inquire. Like you hit us up, we always answer our emails. If you have my phone number, just get in contact with me.